Right, here we are again. So I'm going to do a quick, super close-up video on copper contact screws. I use OFC tellurium copper. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how I make these. Okay, so one piece of copper bar, which I have cut from this long bit of copper bar. You don't need to see me cut it off. What I have done is I've already actually put a point on the end of this, but I'm just going to show you quickly how I do that. Here we go. Right, so here we are. Here's the belt sander, and here is the contact screw in question. I'll start this and I'll show you briefly how it is. Put that in there. And there we have it. It's quite a deep point, if you see what I mean. You don't need a really long chamfer on that. I'm quite happy with the way that is. Now then, next stage, we'll move over to my little tool here that I made, my little rig. So I put that in there, okay. Then we'll get this. As you can see, I have grub screws. I used to just use one grub screw, but sometimes I'd find it would come loose, so I use a grub screw each side of it now. Those grub screws sit just below the surface on this, so this is smooth now. Now then, next up, I get my little tool here. So this is the die and a tap and die set, and it's on a piece of equipment that I'd normally use on a lathe, or well, you can use it by hand, whatever you like. So anyway, this fits over here, all right, and this is obviously at the far end, not that end. If I put this on that way, I'd just be back to square one with this getting twists in it. By putting it on this way, it centers it, and this can't really move anywhere. So what I'm going to do is just put a tiny little bit of cutting oil on the end there. Okay, I'm going to put that over. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on this that way into the taper was the word I was looking for, that I made, you know, the tapered point there. And so we just keep turning this. A little bit of pressure initially going that way, but after the thread is on there, you'll see the end there poking out. So I'm just going to spray a smidgen of oil back in there, and we'll keep going. Now occasionally, every few turns, just click that way a little bit, and that just breaks off any excess of the metal that it's cut out the threads. And it also stops the die getting a little bit clogged up. It does have holes in it there. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera here with one hand and doing this with the other. So you're going to see in just a minute. I'm doing this as quick as I can. A little bit more oil always helps. As you can see, my workbench is in a bit of a mess because it is a working workshop, so to speak. I'll probably clean it and get it back to this state every let's say every few years. I'm not one for keeping it super clean, if I'm totally honest with you. I should, but a little bit lazy like that. So right, that seems to have reached the end of where it's going to go. So I'll take this off. Let's just give it a spray out. That's just a standard brake cleaner that I use. I buy in bulk. Brake and parts cleaner. I use it as a degreaser. It's very good this comes off a lot easier. And what that also does is it takes the cutting oil, the bio cut, off the threads. That's what I use as a cutting oil, Hercal bio cut, just because when the salesman came round to my workshop, he did me a good deal on a bulk load of it. So there we have. Let's give it another spray up. There we have a brand new contact screw. So what I'm going to do now is take this out and I'll show you. So undo these two grub screws. Take that out of there. Can be a bit temperamental sometimes, because obviously where I do the grub screws up quite tight, it does burr that a little bit, but that doesn't matter. So there we have a nice new contact screw. Now then, what I do with the end here, I'm going to show you, and in order to do that, I need to just switch off the camera a minute and take all this out of the vise. I'll be back in a sec. So that is now clamped in the vise, and I can cut this off with either a hacksaw or a grinder. I'm actually just going to hacksaw it off quickly and then show you the next bit of the process. Right, there we go. So I've cut that off. There's a nice, let's see if we can get this thing in focus. Come on. So there's a nice contact screw. There we go. And the only problem is this bit here isn't, you know, it's a bit too shiny. You can't get a grip on it. I haven't actually used the wheel on a lathe to put any grip on that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put that into the vise. Right. However, I do need two hands for this, so stand by. Right, there we are. So I've got it in the vise. I'm going to show you what I do next. All right, this is a really simple way of doing it, and it saves effort on the lathe a lot of time, and also a lot of failed parts, because the moment you bend this on the lathe, if you put too much sideways pressure on it with the tool required, it basically writes it off. So put it in the vise. I'll put a lot of pressure on this, all right, and get the vise closed up as I can. There we go. Now then, let's see if I can grab that, undo the vise. Wait a sec, bear with me. There we go, and you're going to see what I've made. So there we have it. There's your little grip on the end of the vise. So on the end of the on the end of the contact screw, and that is how I actually make these. It's very straightforward, and nice little point there. Nice thread. This will clean up. I just put a little bit of brake cleaner on a rag. Clean that. That'll get rid of any dirt that's transferred onto that off of the vise grips. And there you have it. That is sort of like the close-up version of me making a contact screw. I don't cheat. I don't put a brass or bronze screw in there or something like that. I don't use Chinese parts. I make everything, and I'm pretty proud of that. And these are pretty much as good as it gets. Without using something like solid silver, which you really is just not cost effective. Plating something with gold or silver plate is a complete waste of time. It just creates resistance, and it's not a particularly good conductor. So there you have it. That is OFC tellurium copper, oxygen-free copper, tellurium copper. So yeah, tellurium OFC. It makes it a little bit more machinable. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And you know what? Have a go at it yourself. I mean, get yourself some copper bar. If you're building machines, get yourself a bit of copper bar. Have a go at it. It is not difficult. And you really will see an improvement in the way machines run using a pure copper contact screw. Right, so there you have it, I suppose. Yeah, so there we have it. That concludes this video. Sorry for jabbering on a bit. And I have just made two of these because I've got some parts I'm making for, well, kind of like I am making one machine, but I've got an idea for another build. I was going to make a Damascus side plate, but actually I've got a little sheet of stainless steel that I just bought on the way. And so I'm going to make a side plate out of pure stainless steel, high grade, like surgical steel. So yeah, not sure on the shape or exactly what I'm going to do, but that's coming up soon. Kind of enjoying just doing little bits and pieces out here as and when I can, or as and when I can, you know, be bothered to get out here, to be honest. I don't really like overdoing it. I'm definitely not going to get back to the days when I was building for shows and building for stock and stuff like that. If I build a machine and it'll go on here, and if somebody likes it, they can buy it. If they don't like it, I don't have a problem with that. As you know, I'm sure you know, every single machine is individual. I don't make two the same. So rest assured, you know, that whatever you get is a custom build. I would like to add, if any of you guys out there, you're building, whatever, you've got any problems, you've got any sort of things you can't get the grips with quite, and you need a bit of help, just get in touch. Drop me a message on here under the video, and we'll chat. You know, if I can help you out with your builds, I will. You're not taking any business away from me. You know, I'm not doing it the same way I used to. I'm not selling 100 something machines a year and stuff like that. It's just stressful. So I'm in a good place right now where I want to be and enjoying life again out in the workshop. What can I tell you? We're out here. I'm out here. You and me are out here. We're out here together because you're on video, and that's it. Oh, and I would like to say, I keep a lot of nuts and bolts of various sizes here. Mainly bolts, mainly M4. I do keep number 8 American 832s, number 8 thread. And I keep a lot of this sort of stuff. I keep it in 6mm, M4, 6mm, 8mm, 10mm, 12mm, 16mm, 20mm. I keep them in button head, cap screw Allen, and low head Allen key as well. I do like the low head. They're much nicer to use. Look at that, a really low head on the bolts, and I keep all of those in stock here so that when I'm building or rebuilding, I've got pretty much everything I need. But I've started using a new supplier for the Allen bolts, and I figure I'll let you in on it. You may have heard of them. I'm not paid or anything like that to advertise them. It's just, these are the people I have used. They dropped a delivery over to me today. There was 5 little boxes of stuff in there. They're called orbitalfasteners.co.uk. It's all on there. I mean, I only ordered the things Sunday, and they're here today, so that's fine. I get all the little boxes of stuff in here. All comes in a little box like that, orbital fastenings. And yeah, you know what, I mean, I paid a tenner for the post, but the they were pretty reasonably priced on the other stuff, so it actually made up for the postage cost, if I'm honest with you. I don't mind paying, you know, 10 quid. It got here today. You know, you could sort of save a bit of money and wait a week. Well, hell, I'd rather just get it and get it done with for the sake of a few quid. Yeah, so they're orbitalfastenings.co.uk. I can't be bothered to drop a link down below. But you know what, I have used them a few times. I can't even remember the company I used to use, to be honest. It's that long ago. And that's why I started using Orbital. And they've been good so far. There you go. Check them out. Go on their website if there's any bits and pieces you need. Oh yeah, they do all the little M4 washers as well, which I keep. Now the insulators, the plastic insulators, that's a different matter actually, because they're a real pain. The little black insulators that you use to stop the power getting into the frame. I haven't got that many of them left actually, so I'm going to have to do another order of them, and I think I used to have to order about 1,000 of them at a time. Yeah, I wonder if I have got any left. Oh yeah, it turns out I have. I've just found a bag full, and that's going to do me probably. I probably won't. Yeah. Oh right, they're called all thread plastics. So if you need those parts, okay. So these are the plastic insulators where the screws go through to the front and rear binding posts. So in order to isolate the electricity from the frame, you need that. So where the screws go through the frame, you need plastic insulators, all thread plastics. I think they're in Basildon, maybe in Essex. They were at the time. I know I used to have hassles because they'd invoice me and I have to pay them up front by bank transfer or something. I think must have moved on by now. They must be taking some sort of online payment, but they're good company anyway. They made the bits that I needed, and that's fine. There's probably others out there. There you go. If, like I say, if I can pass any information on, I hope you liked the Temu tattoo machine video, by the way. There it is there. Look, the shit horse, not workhorse or iron horse, the shit horse. It does run, but you know, they're crap. I think I might have mentioned that they're crap in the past. So yeah, don't buy one. I would say that I'd have a competition and give this away, but it would cost me to post this to somebody more than what this is worth. And to be honest, why would anybody enter any sort of a thing where they get that for free? It's crap. So yeah, I don't know. Right, I've jabbered on long enough. Catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe below and all that, and stay safe. See you soon.